Next up on my box barn build involves the proper electrification of the building. I felt like I had arrived when I finally got some extension cord lights in here. You know, you can do a lot with extension cords. I put more extension cord lights up on the ceiling, and all that was tied together in my master system, little stubby power strip, which, you know, it's still got a couple little slots, like it's not totally burned. Well, my plan is to make things just a little bit more legit. And then just to kind of catch you up, I did sketch out a couple doorways, human doors, one on this side, just because I wanted to know where my switch went. It's gonna be some receptacles along here. And then another human door on this box, a big boy, like 48 inches, just because I want to be able to drag some of my bigger equipment in and out. Anyway, like all good electrical projects, this one should probably start with an AI generated diagram. So what you see in here in the diagram is really two sets of things. We got receptacles and we got lights. So receptacles are going to be a couple different runs. There's going to be some on my back wall, a couple on my side walls. There's going to be a welding plug, like a dedicated big boy 220 welding plug. And then it's just all about the lights. Two sets of inside the box lights, some lights outside, maybe use one of those photo cells or whatever. I've also got buried in that high-tech diagram the fan gizmo that runs the heating system. You know, there's like a circulating water heating system from an outdoor boiler. And I've also got a big fat winch up above the garage door. Well, it's not up there right now, but it will be eventually. And that's gonna raise and lower things. In addition to the diagram, I made a computer generated list. Oh, if you really want to spend a lot of money, buy some electrical wire. I had to buy a little bit of jacketed stuff as well. And then I've got a bunch of leftovers from previous projects, some outdoor rated stuff, and some well wire that I think I can probably reuse. It's a little funky, but it's 12-2 stuff. I've also got some 14 gauge. I don't use that very often, but I may throw some light circuits on that. So there are basically like two places to hide wires on this building. One is back in here and the other's up in the attic. I think I'm gonna prefer the side things just because it's not gonna be as messy to crawl around in there. I always hate getting up in a crawl space and mess with wires, and it's like insulation on the floor or whatever. In here is just gonna be bats in this wall and nothing else is gonna be insulated. So yeah, I'm gonna run this dude over to, I think just like a junction box right here. It's gonna drop down to my next receptacle. No. Alright, whoever designed this little section of the building just made it way too small. Good thing there's just 40 feet to go with junction boxes and just gotta get back to my ladder, which is over here somewhere. Oh, I think I found it. Maybe. Oh god. Is that it? I think that's it. Okay, found the ladder. That felt pretty good, find that ladder. All right, got my run over here from a junction box to come down. I'm thinking I need a kind of big boy. Maybe the big boy. What's this? I think that'll do it. It'll be a little snug, but I think that'll be fine. I should have checked if there was that stuff back in the container, but it looks pretty clear. I think I got a bunch of bikes right there. And then I just seen a matching hole up top. I think I can just go down my death walkway. It's right here. All right, now we gotta go into the box and see where that thing came out. Oh, narrowly missed one of the tires. All right, back wall is wired up, as is the side stuff. And by virtue of doing the side, I've also kind of set everything up to do inside the box. So this area is pretty much done. I started moving over to the front wall. This is gonna be my main switch box, you know, come in the door, hit all the switches. I didn't show you this, but I did run a series of connections up top. I think I'm gonna put receptacles up there instead of actual light boxes, just if I want to switch out the light system. I got some kind of sketchy lights that I'm thinking of using on the ceiling. Like, I think they're okay, but the lighting quality might be a little bit funky, so I want to have a backup. So this wall is getting there. I've got most of my stuff, and I just need to penetrate the yellow box, the Mediterranean Shipping Company box. And same deal, receptacles and a switch down here, so when you go in the big human door, flip on the light. Don't freak out. This is the stuff that dries clear-ish. And with the addition of some fat stuff, it's like 6 gauge for a welding plug. I think the wiring is pretty much roughed in. There's more to do, junction boxes and stuff, but in terms of what the walls need, I think the walls are ready to go. And that brings up just a minuscule issue in that my wall sheathing stuff is down yonder, and my roof sheathing stuff is up here, so just have to move like 1,000 pounds of wood. And by wood, of course, I was referring to this completely synthetic OSB stuff, toxic to the core. But that's the plywood. That's gonna be my wall stuff. Kind of like grabbing a square chunk of sheep. I've only used this stuff once before when I was insulating my bus, like in little places, so I've never put it up on a full wall. For the perfectly sized bays, it's gonna be awesome. Just fit it in and it's all good. I've got some kind of whackadelic sizes though, so I'm gonna have to do some vertical ripping. I'm thinking like long razor blade or something like that, and then there'll just be little slicings on the back for my wiring. Coming out my hole. Just trying to get like a million splinters. Funky ply pattern is gonna be full sheets until the end. Then it's gonna be a halfy. And then I'll just go back the other way, full sheets, halfy. That way you don't have all the seams matching up and stuff. And these guys, you can probably tell already, it's gonna be a surface mount box. So I'm doing surface mount boxes.
The statue is the main event.
Like the Mama of Corgan.
The next her task was to make something that you can see an image of Balzac's statue uncovered in this reality. In it, the statue stands against the red sky at sunset, lit dramatically from below. Immortal in that version of the art, the statue stands.
That's like the gist of this current little piece of the project. Now that I got 4 sheets in, I'm gonna put a little sneak door in there. Not because I really wanna just spend tons of time back there, but you never know. Then there'll be a little short piece here. Just to kind of pique the curiosity of visitors, we've got a couple latches and a handle, as if there's kind of maybe something tasty back there. It's not really that tasty. And there's always someone who wonders, like, why did you use plywood and OSB? Are you like a formaldehyde junkie? I like walls that I can screw things to. I'm not really into drywall. I feel like it's just like the kind of worst walling material if you really want to be able to screw stuff down. All right, so it's front wall time. You might have missed, but the crew also installed the paneling over here. So now we got back wall, both side walls paneled up. There's talk of Melissa helping me out in the next couple days with the ceiling. So I kind of got to get this wall dialed in. Meet the new box. It's different from the old box, and I won't be fooled again. I had a very small panel in here and just kind of sizing it up. Got a couple LBs up top. That's just going to be where my wires come in, or at least most of them. It's one of those like expandable panels where I'll feed a bunch of stuff in just for starters, and as I grow things over the years, I can always bring more stuff in. The thing is that old habits just die so hard. I put my panel in. It's all big and beautiful and nice and stuff, but I haven't run all the wires to all the circuits and everything. Just kind of crunched for time. So what did I do? Utility outlet, and I've got my power strip back in action. So it's always best to finish the stuff you're working on when you're working on it, but this is gonna sit here for a little while because, ooh, I've just got a little bit more insulating and wallboard to go up. All right, last piece of plywood going in on the front wall. Oh my God. Now, I'm sometimes a little bit shaky on the facts, but I seem to remember two main goals at the beginning of this episode. One had to do with following my high-tech AI diagram. I didn't look at it once. And the other had to do with getting rid of everything in the middle of this pile here. You know, insulation, wallboard and stuff. I've still got the poisonous pile of ceiling stuff. That's my OSB. And for some reason, whoever's in charge of ordering stuff went overboard on the insulation. I've got the 5 bags of rock wool up on Facebook Marketplace at a significant discount. Insulation, wallboard, wiring. I should say this right here is not necessarily a how-to video. It's kind of just like the story of how I did it. There are some really fine instructional videos on YouTube. Maybe you've seen them. You know, step-by-step kind of stuff. This right here, not so much. But I appreciate you checking it out. Time to start screwing stuff to the walls.